Hello, my friends. I'm Teacher Allison, and I have been diligently looking for the next thing. What are we going to do next? After the Chinese Ministry of Education shut down our beloved companies, what's next? I know some of you have moved on, and in the future I'm going to have some tips for those of you who have become your own self-employed tutor. But for now, today, I am actually talking to those of you who have not yet found your job, or you're working, but you haven't found the job. So today's tip actually has to do with some searching that you can do on your own. These are things you're probably well aware of, but maybe you haven't taken the time to really investigate them to see what they can do. So let's take a look today, and we're going to start with some search engines, some job search engines. Move myself down here. All right. Now I'm just going to talk about two of them today, and then I'll give you some ideas of some other ones, but these are a couple that I use fairly frequently. Glassdoor and then LinkedIn. Glassdoor I really like. It has got a lot of fantastic options on it. So the first thing that I did with both Glassdoor and LinkedIn was to go ahead and upload my resume. It helps because as the Glassdoor is looking for jobs for you, it can use your resume to help find jobs. So in your resume, it might pick up teacher, it might pick up ESL, it might pick up tutor, whatever it is, and then it starts sending you different jobs to look at. So if you haven't gotten on Glassdoor, it is free. LinkedIn is free as well. Just go to glassdoor.com, go ahead and sign yourself in or create your account. Once you start filling things in, like what you're looking for, your resume information, that sort of thing, every time you come in, you'll have job options popping up. So now, if you do upload your resume, they will take the pieces of your resume and move them into the experience area. And don't sell yourself short on any of this. As you're building your profile on these websites, put down the things that you can do. I'm not just going to put teaching, education, and that's it. I'm also going to add things like customer service, proofreading skills, okay? Relationship development, any computer experience. And again, don't sell yourself short. Teachers have a tendency, I think, to sell themselves short and say the only thing I can do is teach. You can teach because there's so many things that you can do. You have so much knowledge. You have skills in the performance arts. You have skills, if you've worked in elementary education, you've got skills in grammar and in writing. Definitely people skills when you work in education. Next, you're going to be looking at your job preferences. So this says, tell us what you're looking for, and then they'll use this information to recommend jobs. So currently mine says not looking, and I am going to change that to actively looking. These are all things that I would be interested in doing. Okay, as you can see, not all of them are tutoring. I've got teaching as well, and then online administrative assistant, proofreader, copy editor. Again, think about things that you're capable of doing, that you're good at, skills that you've learned while you have been doing your jobs over the years. When you're looking for your industry, it may not be education, it may be something else. So look for other things, look for what you're interested in. If you want to put the resume off to the side and table that for a while, this is a great way just to start searching. Okay, so you can see that I have already been doing a little bit of searching. If you type in online, and then you could put tutor, then several searches come up, and I am going to look for jobs today. And then location for me is going to be remote. Okay. Now the next thing you are going to look at is filtering some things. So I'm going to go ahead and choose part-time for this search. When have these been posted? Now I might choose the last 3 days or the last week. So this to me last 3 days, 100 of them, that's a pretty good number to look through. So I'm going to choose for the last 3 days. And as you can see, we have new options. All right. Each option that you pull up now, this blue square is around Club Z. And if I come over here, now I can see the information about Club Z. I can look at the job, salary, the company, ratings, reviews, and their benefits. If you want to see what they're offering for the salary, you can usually find it in their description. Okay, then you can go down and check out information about the company, and then the ratings. This one is one that I take a lot of stock in. These ratings are done by employees or former employees. And the companies, like Club Z, for example, they don't have any way to remove ratings. So if they see one that they don't like, they can comment on it, but they can't remove it. So I do take a fair bit of stock in this, but I do also want you to notice, and I'm going to move myself out of the way here. I do want you to notice, though, that there are several things that people are rating them on. So you might have great compensation and benefits, great culture and values, but poor career opportunities. This might be okay with you because you may not be looking for the job that's taking you up the ladder. Okay, so if you're not interested in additional opportunities aside from what you're doing, take a look at that and see which ones are the most important to you. As you scroll through the reviews, you get some general pros and cons from various members of their employment. You can look at all of the reviews. Typically, this is something I would do if I am really interested in the job offer. So you can go through and look at all of these that have been listed. Okay? And you can see today that there are several new opportunities for you to apply to. And then you'll see that some of them were a day ago. Another nice piece that they offer, if they've got enough reviews, is that they will, or any reviews, they will put the reviews right here down beneath the logo of the company. So these are all really fantastic tools. I also want to add that there is a bell to create a job alert. Ding, 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 ding. All right. So I'm putting online tutor, and I'm not going to put it in a location. I'm going to add remote, work from home, US, and then activate. So this is an alert for the things that I have just created, for all the jobs that I just created. So you'll get those in your mailbox. If you don't see them, check your spam. But this is a great tool, because as you're sleeping, as you're working, as you're doing whatever it is you're doing during the course of the day, this is pulling together jobs based on what you're interested, and then putting them into an email and sending that email to you. Depending on what's available, you might get an email once a day, a couple times a day, once every few days. It just really depends on what's available at that time. This is a great tool. I love it because of the alerts. I love it because of the ratings. And then just the whole setup of it is really intuitive and very easy to use. So Glassdoor is one of my go-tos. The next one I'm going to show you is LinkedIn. And now you may or may not already be a member of LinkedIn. Again, this is a free service. I signed up for it quite a few years ago while I was still working in a professional situation, in an office situation, and it was just the thing to do. It's like virtual networking, and I think it does that. I think the thing, though, that I've really appreciated about this particular search engine is that this is the place where I have had recruiters find me. So on LinkedIn, on Glassdoor, on Indeed, they've given me jobs to look at. This is the one place where I've actually had recruiters email me and say, hey, we've seen your resume, we're interested, would you apply for thus and such job? And they've actually been jobs that I did apply for. This one is pretty important to put your resume on. You're going to upload your resume just like I was saying on Glassdoor, and then as you do that, it's going to go ahead and put the information that you have on your resume and put it into their setup on their page. This one, when they send you jobs, and you can get jobs from them as well, even though it's still sending me job searches, they're not quite as on the nose as the ones I get from Glassdoor. I also like that this is the one that recruiters seem to use the most. That's the thing that I like about this one the best. So I would recommend both of those job search engines. As I was looking for job search engines, I came across this one, thebalancedcareers.com. This is their 10 best job search websites. And as you can see, Indeed was considered the best overall. And we've got Monster, Glassdoor, FlexJobs, Ladders, AngelList, LinkedIn, and this one is listed as the best for connecting directly with recruiters, Scouted, and Snagajob. And Glassdoor was listed as the best for employee research, which again, I think is the reason that I do like it. And I see so many people in need on these Facebook pages. I want to help you when it does get so overwhelming. Please come back and visit me again. As I said, I would love for you to just subscribe and come on back. I look forward to seeing you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye now.